So in the wake of Trump being shot at, again, I condemn, because I'm about to critique Trump again. And some of you seem to think that if I critique Trump, I'm condoning what happened to him. So I will start this video by clearly, concisely, in the most crystal clear way, again, condemn what happened to Uncle Trump. Because I actually like Trump on some level this weekend, okay? Fully condemn it. But I still don't. I like Trump, but I don't want that man to be my president. I'm a Democrat. I'm voting for Joe Biden. And I'm going to be critiquing Trump again in this particular video. But I just want to start off by trying to bring some unity here by letting y'all know, look, this is a safe place for civilized and reasonable disagreement. Just letting y'all know. So, Donald Trump's VP pick, J.D. Vance, is an interesting pick to me because this is an individual who knew that Donald Trump from day one was never presidential material. And we're gonna watch all the videos and clips of him basically reaffirming what I'm saying, that Donald Trump is not fit for office, that Donald Trump is tapping into something dark and negative in this country.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
It makes you think that at a fundamental level, this is sort of a he said, she said, right? And at the end of the day, do you believe Donald Trump, who always tells the truth? Just kidding. Or do you believe that woman on that tape?
No, I cannot stand Trump because I think he's a fraud. Well, I think he's a total fraud that is exploiting these people, who is a total fraud.
Like you said, I agree with you on Trump because I don't think that he's the person. I don't think he actually cares about folks.
Definitely, there is definitely an element of Donald Trump support that has its basis in racism or xenophobia.
I think there's a chance, if I feel like Trump has a really good chance of winning, that I might have to hold my nose and vote for Hillary Clinton. I think that I'm going to vote third party because I can't stomach Trump and is leading the white working class to a very dark place. I'm a never Trump guy.
One of the things J.D. Vance said that I agree with is that Donald Trump is leading the white working class toward a dark place. Now, the reality is, unlike a lot of liberals, I fully acknowledge that we are all Americans. We're all in this together, and white people matter. I know, like, on the far left, there's been this, like, push to alienate white people, but the reality is we're all Americans, also white people, and the reality is white people have concerns. Lower income, lower education white people also have concerns, and we all have to work together to meet those concerns. The problem is that Donald Trump takes complex issues and blames them on really simple targets. Immigrants, China. This is the source of all of your problems in this country. And unfortunately, it's not that simple. I wish it was that simple. But the reality is that Donald Trump has always been uniquely unqualified to be president. This is a man who, I don't really care too much about the insults and the nicknames and stuff like that. That was never my problem. But Donald Trump is an individual who ended up proving the establishment right about everything they accused him of being. Now, outside of the whole Hitler stuff, which I fully condemn, Donald Trump is not like Hitler at all. Donald Trump is Donald Trump. He is his own special form of problem, okay? Uncle Trump is his own unique kind of guy. Donald Trump lied about Ilhan Omar being a fan of Al-Qaeda. Donald Trump lied about Joe Biden trying to have him killed by using the FBI months ago, which is insane, like the fact that what happened this past weekend happened. He accused Joe Biden of trying to assassinate him. And Joe Biden, literally, despite being falsely accused of trying to kill Trump by Trump, called Trump and checked on him to make sure he was okay, offer his condolences and his prayers. Donald Trump is an individual who decided to go on Twitter in the midst of the George Floyd riots and sat there and said, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. This is an individual who has antagonized foreign leaders. This is an individual who is uniquely unqualified in every way to be the president of the United States. He retained documents. When the FBI came to receive them, this man refused to give them up. Unlike Joe Biden, who gave them up willingly, Donald Trump finessed and finagled for a year straight and refused to return the documents. The FBI then contacted his Secret Service attachment and said, hey, we're coming back for those documents. You're not giving them up, so we will forcefully retrieve them from your home. They showed up when Trump wasn't present at his house on purpose. They also raided Biden's home. They showed up when he wasn't there. This is common protocol for the majority of these high-profile raids. Not only that, I repeat, they called Donald Trump's Secret Service detachment to let them know, hey, we're showing up. Donald Trump knew that this happened. He knew the FBI had taken the proper steps to make sure he was not in the line of any form of danger. He still chose to go on the internet and lie to you. Because I say you, because a lot of y'all watching my channel are Trump supporters. And the reality is, I love my fellow American. I love all of y'all. I'm not about to sit here and alienate folk. I'm not about to sit here and I want everyone to be able to come to my platform and be able to have a discussion. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit there and lie to you and say the election was stolen. I'm not going to lie to you and say that Joe Biden tried to have Trump assassinated at Mar-a-Lago. I'm not going to lie to you. Donald Trump has lied to you about extremely serious things on multiple occasions, and some of you guys are still going to vote for him in spite of that this coming November. And I need you all to understand that the establishment did not say these things about Donald Trump for no reason. It's not a mistake. The establishment didn't freak out about Trump all those years ago just because. Donald Trump proved everything about them to be correct. Now, some of y'all might sit there and say, well, Rashad, Hillary Clinton denied the results of the election. And that is true on some level. Therein lies the problem, though. Hillary Clinton called Trump when he won and conceded. Hillary Clinton also publicly ended her campaign and conceded. She did not conspire to create false slates of electors and then present them to Joe Biden and say, you and I both know Trump really shouldn't be president. So how about we do America a favor and finesse the American people out of the true result of this election? How about we turn over these electoral college votes, flip them out for false ones, and just keep Trump out of the presidency? They could have done that. You want to know who tried to do that? Donald Trump. And Vice President Pence said, no, I'm not going to present these false slates of electors who have not been acknowledged by any of the governors in any of these states you're presenting them from. I will not do that. Do you want to know what happened? Trump turned on Pence, and now Pence is no longer a part of that team. And now J.D. Vance is now part of that team, and J.D. Vance literally sat there and said, you know, if I were in Pence's position, I would have done the right thing, which is defraud the American people out of the right outcome. Although Hillary Clinton definitely was a sore loser, she did not try to steal your president from you, MAGA supporters. It's the truth. You can't, no matter how uncomfortable it makes you, no matter how much you might not want to hear this, it's true. Hillary Clinton did not try to steal the election from you. Donald Trump did. And it's important for y'all to understand this. Again, I say this because a lot of y'all are going to perceive this as, oh, you're criticizing Trump in the wake of the shooting. You must hate him. No, I actually like Trump. I think he's funny. I think he's personable in a lot of the interviews. I think he's tough even before he got shot. I knew he was a tough guy before he even got hit by a bullet that day. I knew Trump was a tough guy. I've always liked a little bit of Trump. I've never been like, I fucking hate this guy. I despise this guy. All I can go off of, guys, is what I've seen. What I know from the cases, from Trump's own admission of they're my documents, the documents are mine, which they weren't. He did not declassify them. They were not his documents. And he chose to obstruct. There are witnesses who literally saw him move the boxes, who have testified. Well, now the case has been thrown out by a corrupt judge in Florida. But the reality is Donald Trump did commit these crimes, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but he did do these things. He did conspire to steal the election. He did hide documents from the FBI. He did falsely accuse Joe Biden of trying to assassinate him. He did persist in a lie about the election being stolen to this day. Donald Trump did do all of these things. The unfortunate events on Saturday do not change the truth of Donald Trump. Now, J.D. Vance, interestingly enough, basically said that Donald Trump would be the next Hitler. Now we're gonna read that next. So J.D. Vance says, but I'm not surprised by Trump's rise, and I think the entire party has only itself to blame. We are, whether we like it or not, the party of lower income, lower education white people, and I have been saying, what did Trump say? I love the uneducated. You gotta love it. And I've been saying for a long time that we need to offer these people something. And hell, maybe even expand our appeal to working class black people in the process, or a demagogue would. We are now at that point. Trump is the fruit of the party's collective neglect. 3, I go back and forth between thinking Trump is a cynical asshole like Nixon, who wouldn't be that bad and might even prove useful, or that he's America's Hitler. How is that for discouraging? I want to clarify. Donald Trump is not in any way, shape, or form comparable to Hitler. I need to say this because some of you who watch my channel are Trump supporters, and you're going to be looking for any kind of excuse to wiggle out of the accountability of Donald Trump's behavior. The reality is, Donald Trump has been a disaster, and the Republican Party only has itself to blame. You guys had a chance to be rid of him in 2021. After January 6th, y'all had a choice. You did, and you chose wrong. You let this man back into your party when you knew it wasn't the right decision. And now the entire country might suffer for it this election. I need you guys to acknowledge and understand that this is not a game. This is not a joke. The reason why I'm bringing up J.D. Vance's comments about Donald Trump is this. The establishment was not wrong about Trump. He was unfit to be president. Does that mean the border should be open to anybody to come in? No. I agree there should be a secure border. Does that mean that we should all just give up our guns to Uncle Sam because he says so? No. I agree that Americans reserve the right to own handguns, AR-15, shotguns. I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all when it comes to certain things. I'm not going to sit here and try to demonize. Like, I'm trying to, we got to find a middle ground. We got to, we got to, we got to bridge the gap here. But y'all got to realize and understand. Trump is more than just protecting the border. Trump is more than just protecting gun rights. This is an individual who overturned Roe v. Wade. This is an individual who has emboldened people in Project 2025 who want to ban abortion for everyone. The problem is Trump then lied again and said, I don't even know who these Project 2025 people are. And if you watch my video about Trump's denial, you will find out that Trump lied about knowing who these people are. And he also hid the fact that these people are in his cabinet or about to be in his cabinet if he wins. These people are not just turning Roe v. Wade over to the states. They're also planning to strip rights to abortion completely in the entire country. That's like saying, we should overturn civil rights to the states, or we should overturn, women's rights to vote to the states. Like, how much are we going to overturn? How much are we going to turn over to the states? I'm curious. Where does this stop? These people are also planning to overturn gay marriage. I can only imagine what else they're planning. These people also want to turn America into a Christian nationalist country, despite the fact that the founding fathers specifically said that Congress can make no legislation honoring a single religion. These people are looking to circumvent everything the founding fathers put in place to make this nation a free country for all, regardless of your sexuality, your religious beliefs. We're heading toward a dark time, guys. You don't want Trump to be in office. I know you think you do. I promise you don't. There is a reason why J.D. Vance was saying all of these things. It's not a coincidence, y'all. It's not. It's not a coincidence. Y'all think everyone is crazy and Trump's not? You think Trump can do all of these crazy things and everyone else is the delusional one and he's not? No. The common denominator, the common factor is Trump. And for those of you who are going to deny that Trump lied about the election being stolen, how about y'all's favorite political commentator, Tucker Carlson, who literally admitted in leaked text to knowing about the fact that the election wasn't stolen by Joe Biden, and that he was lying to the Fox News audience every single week. I'm telling y'all, I'm saying it this way because I fuck with y'all. I'm not one of those liberals who hates conservatives, hates white people, hates Christians. I'm not with that. I'm trying to find a way that we can bridge the gap. But right now, y'all are voting for a man who's about to take this country toward a dark place. A really dark place. The people around him are not normal anymore. All of those people who were keeping Trump in check and trying to keep Trump in line, they're gone, guys. I'm sorry, they're not around. Milley, gone. Griffin, gone. Pence, gone. These people are gone. They're not in his camp anymore. I'm telling you right now, this is not the outcome you want. The Supreme Court justices who Trump appointed basically deemed him immune. They said you cannot inquire into the president's motives for committing a crime through an official act. If it's an official act, you cannot inquire into the motives of it, even if that official act was done to commit a crime. This is not how our nation was ever meant to run, guys. And I know in your heart of hearts you don't want this to happen, but y'all gotta realize voting for Trump is voting for chaos. It is. And J.D. Vance knew this, and he decided to turn his back on what he knew to be the truth in favor of personal gain and power. And that's unacceptable. I'm going to implore you guys at this time, because we're in a very divided time, we're in a very tense time, and I know that a lot of Trump supporters don't want to hear any critiques about Trump right now. But the reality is, I can't stop. Like, it's an election year. I can't stop trying to inform y'all about Trump, bro. I can't just stop trying to tell y'all about what he's been up to and what he's planning to do and what the people behind him are planning to do. I can't just sit here and not tell y'all the truth. So I would implore you guys to understand and realize that J.D. Vance didn't just see the light. No, he's now in darkness. He knew from day one that Trump was alienating minorities, alienating legal immigrants, alienating people who aren't Christian, people who aren't conservative. He knew this was happening. He saw the writing on the wall. And now here we are with his entire soon-to-be cabinet filled with Project 2025 appointees. Him knowingly lying and denying knowing who these people are, what they're about. J.D. Vance proved himself correct. Now the future him in 2024 is now aligning himself with the things he knew was wrong. I'm going to continue to make as many videos as I can, bridging the gap and reaching out to MAGA voters. Because at the end of the day, y'all are my fellow countrymen, and I'm not about to just feed into the negativity and feed into the evil and start, we're not doing that. But I'm not about to stop critiquing Trump. That's never going to happen. He's not presidential material. He never has been. So that's my take on this. You know, Donald Trump's own VP knew from day one he wasn't presidential material, and now J.D. Vance has compromised himself, and here we are. So I again implore you guys to please vote blue this year. Vote blue. Vote blue, and then next election cycle, pick a different Republican candidate. Just not Trump. Just not Trump. Someone who respects the Constitution. Oh, by the way, Trump also called for the suspension of the Constitution in the event that he basically didn't get the outcome he wanted in a vote. Y'all gotta realize you're not voting for what you think you're voting for. You're voting for serious damage to our Republican democracy, or our Democratic Republic, however you want to call it. You're voting for the end of this. That's what's happening. So I highly recommend that Trump voters think about this. I highly recommend that Trump voters look into everything I presented, because this is a dangerous time. It's crazy. People are going crazy. So that's all I have to say. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.